Welcome to another episode of the Unapologetic Entrepreneur. Today, I want you guys to get your pencils and your notebooks ready. We're going to have an interesting one today. I just can't wait to get into it. If you want, let me give you some advice. If you want a different life, stop chasing different results and start walking into different rooms. I hope you heard that and I hope you caught it. I want you to think for a second. Almost every big breakthrough you've ever had probably happened right after you walked into a room you almost skipped. Maybe it was a conference you booked at the last minute, a mentorship call you nearly canceled, a networking event where you didn't know a single person in the place. It made you feel uncomfortable. A church service you almost slept through, or a business meeting you were dreading all week. And then something shifts. One conversation, one relationship, one room, and the whole direction of your life bends towards something new. Here's what I keep coming back to. Your business almost never outgrows you. It will never outgrow the person that's running it. So if you want your business to grow, you have to grow first. That's the whole game. You're the lid. Remember that. See, today I want to talk about why rooms you choose end up shaping the results you get. Why getting uncomfortable is basically the entry fee for growth. You heard that right? See, when you're uncomfortable, that's the price of admission. See, you have to think about making better decisions, quietly building a better life, and why the right mentor can save you years of banging your head against the same wall. But I also have a warning for you. That's right. The alarm should be ringing. Warning. And it's one every entrepreneur needs to hear. You could spend your entire life learning and still never build a single thing. Let's get into it today on the Unapologetic Entrepreneur. We're going to talk about the room you're in is costing you millions.
hello. Welcome back. Let me say hi to my peoples out there saying hello and watching me. Let's see who's out there. Remember, if you don't talk on the chat, I can't say hello to you. So let me start by saying hi, Mayate. I've been watching your podcast. Keep doing your big thing. I love it. I love it. It's so inspirational. How you guys doing out there? Remember, you guys can get involved in the conversation, ask a question, and I will gladly answer it. This is all for you, but we could be interactive. Scan up here in the corners, like, share, and subscribe. I got some big things coming after next week. Woo-wee! Got a guest list for you guys to give you some knowledge on how you can build yourself as an entrepreneur and then help build your business regardless of what you're in. But today we're going to talk about the rooms that you enter. And I'm going to give you you heard it, 5 different lessons that might help you understand if you're in the right room or not. Okay? So let's get into it. You might have one question right now. Well, Leo, what is the right room? Let me tell you, we're going to be describing the right room. Let's start with just introducing you to the very first lesson right off the bat. Swing, bada, swing. Growth lives outside of your comfort zone. I could tell you things so many times. I've gone into a room and I get these butterflies in my stomach and I'm not too sure. I feel uncomfortable. That's usually a good feeling. See, the right room isn't the one everybody nods and agrees with you. If you walk in the room and everything you say, people are like, yeah, it might not be the right room. It's the one where people actually challenge you. That's the room you want to be in. The right room has a way of exposing your weak spots. See, it's easy to come from a place that you know everything. I was always told if you're the smartest person in the room, wrong room. Wrong room. So you have to be in that room where people challenge you. I'm not saying go against every word you're saying, but challenge the thinking, challenge the atmosphere. So that's how you know you're definitely in the right room. See, like I said, it exposes your weak spots. It raises your standards. Once you raise your standards, your lid starts to lift. And now you're going to start. Now you're in a position to be ready to elevate. It forces you to start thinking different, to start having different perspective on what's going on. It makes average start to feel unacceptable. See, when you're in the right room, mediocrity does not live there. And that's the first lesson I want you to take away from here. So that's how you know your gut tells you you're in the right room. So let me tell you what goes on in your gut. Here's your gut check. If you leave every meeting feeling comfortable, reassured, there's a good chance your seed did not get watered. Therefore, you are not in the midst of growth. It's too comfortable. That room was perfect for you. There's a good chance that you're not in the position to grow right there. See, growth feels uncomfortable because your old identity is fighting your new potential. And when that occurs, there's a battle within it that just forces you to elevate. See, every entrepreneur says they want success. Very few actually want the discomfort that comes with it. Success isn't easy. Hey, what's going on, sir? Mr. Mark Tiroli, a faithful watcher out there. Boom! That's right. It's 5. Everybody knows it's 5 o'clock. That's right. It's time. So today we're discussing if you're in the right room and how the being in the wrong room can cost you millions. I and I'm glad he's on. Uh my mentor has made me make some real uncomfortable decisions on going to the right rooms, and that forced my growth. So everything I'm telling you today, I'm telling you from experience that, and being uncomfortable, making uncomfortable decisions were the best things I've ever done in my life. See, because here's the thing, success doesn't live inside your comfort zone at all. It lives right outside in the space that each and every entrepreneur is avoiding. The right room has a funny effect on you. It just you have to, you almost feel like you have to walk different. It makes you realize you don't know nearly as much as you thought you did. That expands your mind. That's when the challenges start. And believe it or not, that's a good thing. Humility is the doorway to growth. Told you guys before to get your pencils, right? Get your pencils. Humility is the doorway to growth. So ask yourself, when was the last time I walked into a room where I felt completely unqualified to be there? Hmm. I'll tell you why you should ask yourself that. Because more often than not, those are the exact rooms you need to that end up changing your life. That is your first lesson. You guys ready for number two? Before I get to number two, let me see who's watching. There's on Facebook that wants to have a conversation. All right, just say hi. I got some people over here on YouTube. I got some of you on Instagram. Just write a message. I'll be able to put it on the screen and I can converse with you. So once again, you guys are part of the conversation. Let me know if you agree or you disagree. Here's lesson number two. Better rooms create better decisions. That is your second lesson right there. For those note takers. See, I used to be a teacher. So to me, when someone gives notes, is perfect for me because I get to write notes, go back and reflect and write my own understanding of what I learned. I want you to know that the better rooms create better decisions. Your life right now at this very point is basically the sum of all the decisions you've made up to this point. So all the decisions you made up, that is the sum of your life at this very moment. I'm sure some were bad, some were risky, some were great, but you have to remember that. So if you're in the right room, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be making better decisions, bringing up your value, lifting your lid, and showing your more successful side to yourself as an entrepreneur and a much more successful business. Think about that for 1 second. Here's where a lot of people get stuck on bubblegum. They keep going back to the same mind that created their current situation, hoping it'll somehow produce a completely different future. They keep doing the same things. So if you keep doing the same things and you're expecting different results, sounds like a problem. That sounds like a word. I'll let you guys fill it in. I want you to think about that. This is why you got to step out of your comfort zone. See, if you plant a seed, when I was a teacher, we used to do this with the kids. If you plant a seed, we used to plant it in a cup and we did an experiment. We let the seed grow over a certain amount of weeks. And you'll notice there's sprouts and it starts to grow. Then we'll take one of the plants and put it in a bigger vase. And that plant continued to grow. The other one didn't. Actually, the one that stayed in the cup started to die because it has no space to grow. It has no space to grow. Therefore, it has to get, once it gets uncomfortable, it has to go into a bigger room. It needs more space for growth. So I want you to think about that when you start thinking about being afraid to get in these rooms. Sometimes these rooms are there and something inside of you says you don't belong there and you could get in. Sometimes you have to pay to get in the rooms. That's called an investment in your growth. If you can't invest in yourself and your growth, how can you expect people to invest in your business? That makes no sense. Everything in your business starts with you. Einstein is often credited with the line that fits perfectly here. Let me go in my notes. We can't solve our problems using the same thinking that created them. Ooh, is that a powerful quote or not right there? We can't solve our problems using the same thinking that created them. I was told by one of, well, actually, I was told by my mentor, my main mentor, telling me, you can't keep using the same mind and mindset. Stop using your brain. You're the one that got you in this mess. You have to seek mentorship, leadership, and follow a blueprint. And if your mentors are going into other rooms to elevate, what makes you think that you don't have to? How that is costing you millions. Guys, I'm really trying to help you here. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay? Pick it up. If your current thinking got you here, it's going to take you new thinking to get you out of there. That's the whole reason mentors matter. That's the whole reason they bring you to different rooms. It's why masterminds matter. It's why conferences matter. It's why it's all important. When you try to figure everything out yourself, it just takes longer. You don't need more opinions from people living the exact life you're trying to leave. Listen to what I said, not live. I said leave. A lot of us turn to our friends, family, because we're comfortable with them. And you're trying to elevate to a new lifestyle. You're trying to add commas to your paycheck. You're trying to be financially free. That's why you're an entrepreneur. And you're talking to people that don't have what you want. They can't assist you in something they never done. Why? Why would you seek those opinions? You have to go to the rooms where the people that have the answers to the questions, the enigmas in the mind, that's the rooms you belong in. So I want you to think about that as you start asking yourself when you're in rooms, am I in the right room? You need wisdom from people already living the life I got to use some profanity, trying to build. That's right. The word trying it's profanity because we don't try, we do. You either do or you don't. Can't live in the middle, right? Let's see what's going on and see if people agree with my second lesson. Oh, we got something here. Facts, champ. Every room has an invisible admission price. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's humility, and sometimes it's courage. Lesson number 2. Oh, 1000%. The room you're in determines the conversations you hear. Look at that. You don't even have to participate, just listening, letting the seeds go in so you can let them grow. The conversations you hear determine the decisions you make, and the decisions determine your future. Oh, thanks for your commentary. We got Takia Diamond TK saying 100, 100. That's right. I'm using your voice. I know you're laughing right now. All right. So I'm on to something. Maybe my research worked. Maybe my life experiences worked. That's how I put these little things together. Let's go with lesson number 3. Let's see if we get some, maybe we get some pushback. Who don't know? Who knows? Who knows? Read more, attend more, talk bigger. Ooh, yeah. Read more, attend more, and talk bigger. Everything changes when you start to read, your vocabulary, everything. See, the most successful entrepreneurs I've watched do this on purpose. They deliberately put themselves around higher levels of thinking. Because guess what happens when you do that? Your mind, your heart, and your soul naturally have to elevate. That's why you should never talk down. Make sure you speak up so you can get pulled up, so you can be raised. This is all about raising the lid, guys. You can't stay stuck. And you have to think about that because we've done it. We've all done it. Because those conversations at that altitude, it makes it hard to breathe. Sometimes you're not ready to hear what's there. But guess what? That's the one thing you need to elevate you. And those people that hang out in those rooms, they don't like the basement. As a matter of fact, they like to be in the penthouse. You have to figure out how to get to the penthouse the same way they did. Here's one of the things they do. They read books. Oh my God. Oh my God. They read books. Oh, I got a whole selection on Audible. Some of them, they make you read them. They read books. See, when you read, you elevate. Your mind starts to think differently. You have to know that. Books challenge you. They show you different ways, different perspectives about things that you're not normally taught. See, this is one of the biggest things that we say. I like to tell people I OD on PD. I overdose on personal development. Books change everything. They expand vision. Now you're able to see. I want you to just stop for a second, ask yourself, when was the last time you read a book? Not necessarily about your business. How about a book to make you better? See, one of my favorite quotes, it's actually a lyric from a song that a lot of people miss. Jay-Z one time said, I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man. And people missed that. It went over their head. They was like they were jumping rope. He's telling you that he's not a businessman. He's telling you that he is physically, mentally, spiritually the business. So he has to invest in reading, understanding, being in bigger rooms, having those conversations because he is the business, man. He's trying to let you know that. So we have to elevate. We have to elevate. See, they read books that challenge what they believe. They show up to conferences that stretch their vision. I can see clearly now. That's what they have to do. Because when you have that vision, now you have something that you can chase to really go after. They have conversations with people who think way bigger than them. See, I used to tell people I want to make $1 million. And when I started talking to my mentor, I'm talking about $1 million a year. This man is talking about $1 million a month. That is a way bigger, that is 12 times my vision. So what happens? In order for me to have conversations with him, I have to elevate. I have to start thinking bigger. I have to understand why it's $12 million or $1 million a month. Why is that needed? Like I had to start thinking completely different because see, no one in my family has ever touched $1 million. I can't have that conversation with family members and friends. Now, in the business I'm in, $1 million is a common conversation. As a matter of fact, it's an everyday goal because their vision is big, as expanded just like the rooms they went into, that's where they lead you to. Guys, rooms make all the difference in a business and in you. Let's not even talk about money. Let's talk about who you become when you start becoming a visionary. It has you ask better questions, get deeper understanding, get more rooted into that lifestyle. You know what else it does? It has you learning how to listen. Because sometimes the best tool are your ears. Because when they speak, you listen. Now you can comprehend, not hear. Listen to me. Hearing is just hearing noise. When you listen with intent. That changes everything. Every great entrepreneur is basically running constant software updates on how they think. Their technology is not it for them. It's not the new AI thing. It's not what CRM you're using. This is the most important tool that you need to always update. This right here, how you think, what's going on here between the 6 inches between the ears. That's what changes it. It works in a chain reaction. Information changes your thinking. Your thinking changes your decisions. Your decisions change your outcomes and results. You guys got your pencil still? Because I could bring that back. Come rewind. Let me bring that back for you. Let me bring that back for you. Your thinking changes your decisions. Your decisions change your outcomes and or your results. So read more, attend more, and you'll talk bigger. That's what that meant. Because now your vision has been expanded. Your vocabulary is so much bigger. And you stop thinking about $1 million a year and you start thinking, what do I have to do to make $1 million a month? Let's see what's going on. I want to see if we got some rebuttals. 100, I see you. Facts. Books, and if you can't read, listen. That's right. That's right. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Listening can be a skill, tool, and asset. Yeah, one of the things that improved my listening was actually listening to Audible, listening to the books in audio, because in order to catch everything they say, you actually have to pay attention. So it's given me the ability to be able to listen. It's also given me the patience. You learn a lot. I wouldn't, if you can't read, hey, Miss Diamond said it. Yeah, listen to it. Let's go to lesson number 4. Lesson number 4, the trap of becoming the professional student. Oh, I want to learn everything. I want to be an expert before I speak to anybody. Blah, 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 blah. This is where a lot of entrepreneurs quietly, they don't get stuck. They fall in a hole. They just stay there. They buy another book. They buy another course. I'll go to another seminar. Let me get another certification. And the next thing you know, they have another notebook full of ideas they never use because they just become a student of the game. That's it. And they just they're those people that keep talking and talking and talking. But when you ask them how it turned out for them, there's no result. There's no ETA. If you want to know what I mean by ETA, right there's a QR code. There is a whole episode I did on what ETA stands for. ETA. Go back to the podcast. ETA is very important, especially when you're talking about mentors that are going to guide you into these rooms. Especially, I would say guide you if you deserve it, because I don't think anything is given. Everything has to be earned. And at some point, you got to show how bad you want it. And sometimes you'll get give me's and they'll see if you actually do it. So I want to make sure you guys understand that being a professional student is not the way to go. See, you can do all the seminars, all the certifications, take all the notes, and somehow nothing's gonna change. Here's the hard truth. I want you to think about this. Knowledge without execution is just entertainment. Should I give you my pencil? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Knowledge without execution is just entertainment. That's all it is. You don't get paid for what you know. Some people may think so. That's limited. You get paid for what is actually implemented. You know what people pay for? Results. There's a lot of people that know a lot about a lot of things. And the first thing that someone's going to go up to them and ask them is, where are your results? Show me your receipts. And when you have no receipts, you will lose all credibility. And credibility is worth more than any dollar sign. Your credibility says everything. It could make you rich or it could make you dirt poor. So it's very important to maintain that credibility. I would say to you guys that are being professional students, start applying. Don't be afraid to learn because you don't fail. We learn. We learn. We learn a different way on how not to do something. It's not failure. Just get up and try again. Do it again. Try another method. See what happens. See, some people have been preparing for the last 10 years. When are they honestly going to just start doing? That's the question I have. They've been preparing for 10 years for the next 5 years. They still haven't even taken the first step. Learning is supposed to create action. Action. Movement. That's what it's supposed to create. When you go to a seminar, you should walk away with something and then apply it to see if it works for you. Tweak it. But if you just learn it and assume it works, what good is it? I don't understand that part. I want to make sure I drive this home. Learning is supposed to create action, not give you a more sophisticated excuse. I'll wait until I learn a little more. See, I don't want you to confuse being busy learning with actually building something. They're not the same thing. So, for all my students that are taking notes on what I'm saying today, apply something. Come back to this exact episode and write in the comments. Say, hey, I tried that. I tried to get into another room. This is what happened. Let's have a conversation. There's many people in the comments right now that would help you. I got 7-figure earners in the conversation. I'm just saying, might change your business. Let's go to chat and see what people think about lesson number 4. Oh, thank you for joining us. How you doing, Mr. Kira Sullivan? Oh, well, we got that part 100. I'm learning the accent. I'm learning the accent here. All right. So she's replying, that's right, coach. Uh-oh. Receipts equals trophies? Question mark. Yes. Receipts. That's what receipts equal. Receipts. 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 We could do that for some more time, but that's receipts. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Receipts. You will get receipts when things are working. There's more all over the walls here, guys. I just wanted to answer that question. Sophisticated excuses. I'm glad you like that one. What's going on, T-Dub? That's my man right there. Champion right there. Extreme golfer. That's right, golf. I'm learning that golf is a sophisticated gentleman's sport in which business is made while swinging the club. Man, I want to get into golf. I don't know how many entrepreneurs out there into golf, but my man right there, T-Dub, that's the champion. Hit him up. He'll tell you a little thing or two about golfing. And guess what? It relates to what I just said and what I've been talking about. Because golfing can lead you to what? The right rooms. Oh, let me drop the pencil. Let's go into lesson number 5 for today. Are you guys ready for lesson number 5? I promised you 5 good ones. Let's see if we got it. Let's see. So far, nobody's said no. Find a mentor before you find another what? Excuse. Find a mentor. Mentors are found all over. You can call them, have conversation, go to their conferences, buy a book. Mentors are everywhere. You got to find your mentor. Once you find your mentor, things become a little easier because they will get you into the right rooms. They will show you what rooms are right for you because you picked a mentor that fits who you are. You understand? So if you find the right mentor, you'll be in a great situation. Again, your mentor should be living or be at a higher scale than you are. Because if you're on playing in the same level, there's no growth. A good mentor doesn't teach you what to do. They help you see what not to do. Oh, wait. Click the pencil. Let's take that note down. A good mentor doesn't just teach you what to do. They help you see what not to do. They create what I like to say, the wrinkle in time. That's when you go from one space, you're here, you want to get here. What a mentor does is they create the wrinkle in time. Or as my coach says, help you collapse time. Instead of spending 10 years getting ready to get ready, they do it in 10 seconds. They shorten that learning curve. They help you. They help you from making expensive mistakes. See, when you're an entrepreneur, your mistakes, just like being in the wrong rooms, will cost you time, energy, and money. That's right, money. See, they will point you out from getting hit by your blind spots. Blind spots are spots that you can't see. You know, when you're driving, there's a blind spot. They're seeing those blind spots. One, because they experienced it. In some way, shape, or another, they experience it. So they're watching those blind spots that you just can't see on your own. And when you're ready to quit, when you say, I can't take it no more, they're the ones to talk you off the ledge. When you're ready to step out and say, I cannot do this anymore, they're willing to go in and show you your potential. Somehow they have a crystal ball and they could show you the next 3 weeks if you just listen to them. That's what mentors do for you. But maybe the most important thing a mentor does is this. They lend you their belief until yours finally catches up. See, you would have not started a business or done any business if you didn't have some type of belief. But somewhere in the travels, your belief made a left and you made a right. And what a mentor says is, here, borrow mine. I have enough belief for the both of us. And eventually, your belief comes back to you. And to me, I think that's probably the most important thing a mentor can do. If you're trying to build your dream using nothing but your own experience, you're capping yourself at what you already know. You're capping yourself. So borrow someone else's wisdom instead. It's a whole lot cheaper than learning every single lesson the hard way. In other words, I've been told, stop using your brain. That's why you get a mentor and borrow theirs. That is number 5. That is number 5. Let's see what's going on over here in the chat. We have, we got some congratulations. We got, weary. I don't know what that one was, but number 5, find a mentor. Oh, I got a question too. Okay. How can someone tell the difference between a room that entertains them versus a room that actually transforms them? Oh, you missed lesson. Let's go over here. You missed lesson number 1, and that's okay. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. That was lesson number 1. And we're going to go right back. I could answer that question. If you enter a room and you come out and you feel like nothing happened, like you weren't elevated, you don't feel uncomfortable, you didn't grow. You didn't grow. There's nothing there. There's nothing in that room that was there for you to grow. So, I mean, at times you're called in to be the mentor. You might come out, you're still going to leave with perspective because people are going to ask you questions, talk to you. But if you purposely went into a room to try to elevate and you came out the same, nothing made you feel uncomfortable, no one challenged you, then you were in the wrong room. The best part about it is you actually got out of it. I hope that answers your question. Good question. Good question. Yes, I like that. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, we got replies in the chat. That part, let me in, banging down the door frames. All right, we got Jay Jones. All right, Christina's just giving everybody, we're talking to everybody over here. Christina, okay, let's see what's going on here. There's more replies to Coach Mark over here. All right. Mark Toroli, a room that transforms, coach challenges you. Oh, he's giving you answers right there. Okay, I love the chats within it. All right. There we go. Thank you. I love the interaction, guys. This is what it's about. Hey, once again, you can like, share, subscribe by hitting that beautiful little scan me thing over there, and there's one over there. Send this to someone. Send this to someone that needs to hear it. Because sometimes we're trapped in the room and we don't even know it. And sometimes all it takes is a certain word to hear. And maybe one of these 5 lessons that gets broken down to them will actually let them realize they need to get out of the room they're in. And I'm going to give you some framework right now. You ready? Framework. You know, before you put a window in, you got to build the framework for it. All right. So I'm going to give you some framework. I hope we still got our pencils. First thing you want to do, I'm going to give you a 6-letter word. 6-letter word that could bring this all together. Ready? Write this down. M. What does M stand for in this? Make the decision. We like to say, get mad. Make the decision. Stop picking left or right. Just Pick left or pick right, but pick one. Make a decision. That's the first thing you need to do is make a decision. A lot of us get stuck because we're still thinking about making a decision. Growth starts with every single decision. You're no longer willing to stay where you are. So make the decision to move. Make the decision. Ready? E, enter new rooms. That's right. You see the door, you see the opportunity, enter new rooms. Get around people who think, earn, lead, and dream higher than you do. It will expose, it will, it will give you the seeds you need to change what you expect from yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to grow. Enter the room. Ready? Ready? Here's the other letter. N. Never stop executing. Not don't quit. You could stay in a room and still not quit. No, no, no. Never stop executing. I want you to learn, apply, adjust, and repeat. Repeat that. Learn, apply, adjust. Repeat, learn, apply, adjust. Execution beats information every single time. Execution beats information every single day of the week and twice on Sundays. Execute, execute, execute. Never stop executing. Ready for the next one? All right. All my note takers in there. Ready? T. Oh, this is the hardest part. You know why? Because we live in a world where people don't want to trust. You have to trust the process. You have to trust the process. Can I say that one more time? Say it one more time for the people in the back. I don't want to scream, so I'll whisper it. Trust the process. Growth is not instant cup of noodle soup. You don't just add water, leave it for 3 minutes, and eat it. No, you have to trust the process. You gotta let it cook. I want you to understand that growth is not instant. It's also, neither is greatness. We're not here to be mediocre. We're looking to be great, exceptional. And that takes time. Therefore, you have to trust the process. All you have to do is stay committed, even when the results are slow to show up. I'm starting to sweat. It's getting hot in here. Woo. That is T. Ready? You ready? I got 2 more letters for you. Ready? Own your growth. That's right. I said it. Own it. You got to take ownership of your growth. You have to take ownership of your growth. Stop blaming the economy. Stop blaming your past. Stop blaming other people. Take full ownership of your future. Every time you point at somebody, there's 3 fingers pointing back. It's your fault. Take ownership over it, and that will set you free. That's right. I'm preaching today. Can I get an amen in the chat? Woo! Let's get an amen. And the last letter for you, R. Raise someone else. Bring someone with you. Knowledge is not shared. Come on. What is that? Raise someone else. The best mentors create mentors. You heard that. The best mentors create mentors. Don't show me someone great that hasn't duplicated themselves, because they're not great. I said it. They're not great. They're not great until they duplicate themselves. As you climb, reach back and pull someone up. Don't be selfish. Pull someone up with you. That's how legacies actually get built. And if you did not notice, the word to getting into the right rooms, I just gave you the key. mentor. Mentor. It's all you need. That is the answer to a lot of issues. And guess what? You didn't have to pay for it. I just gave it to you. Let's see what's going on in the chat. We have get out the room. Get out the room they're in. Oh, yeah, we're fixing them. All right. What do they say about Leo? Leo has images and slideshows or something covering his face. There's nothing covering my face. I'm right here. I'm all up in your face. Somebody's taking notes for people. Look at this. She wrote it down for you. Make a decision, enter the room, never stop executing, trust the process, own your growth, raise someone else. Look, come on, Natasha, you're killing me. And I got an amen. All right. I said, can I get an amen? I got one. Guys, I hope today was something that really helped you understand how to get into the right rooms. And I'm going to give you a closing challenge for those of you that are willing to take it. I want you to leave with this. Your next breakthrough probably isn't hiding in another YouTube video. It isn't another motivational quote. It isn't even another book. At least not on its own, I should say. It's waiting in a room. It's waiting in a room you've never been in. It's waiting in a room you've been a little scared to walk into. It's waiting in a conversation you've been too nervous to have. It's waiting in a mentor you've been too proud to ask. And it's waiting on one decision you keep postponing. Don't become the entrepreneur who knows everything and builds nothing. Read a book, go to a conference, find a mentor, have an uncomfortable conversation, and then this is the part that matters. Actually execute. Because your future isn't built from what you know. It's built from what you do with what you know. I want you to remember your business only grows to the level that you grow. So become the entrepreneur your future business is going to need in order to survive. I want you to stay uncomfortable, stay teachable, stay coachable, stay trainable, and stay executing. And as always, it's been an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege to sit right here and speak to you. Hopefully, I impacted someone. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with me. This has been another great episode of the Unapologetic Entrepreneur. And I'd like to say, be blessed.